She turned on the coffee pot, and the coffee never got cold. Every story has a door no one talks about. For Karen Carpenter, one of the most beloved voices America ever heard, that door was a sliding wardrobe in her parents' bedroom. She opened it at 8:45 in the morning. She never closed it. The day before she died, Karen Carpenter did something painfully normal. She went shopping with her mother, Agnes. They were looking for a washer and dryer, the kind of errand that no one remembers, the kind that only matters when it turns out to be the last one. They didn't find what they were looking for, so Karen decided to sleep over at her parents' house in Downey, the home where she'd grown up. The plan was simple: go out again in the morning. Try another store. That evening, Karen dined with her parents. And here is the detail that haunts everyone who knows this story. Agnes and Harold were amazed at how much their daughter ate. For years, meals had been a battlefield, a performance, a negotiation. But that night, Karen ate. She was tired, they noticed, but she ate. Before she slept, Karen called her friend, Itchy. We don't know exactly what they said, but in the days before, Karen had been calling people, talking about the future, a new album, touring again. She told Dionne Warwick, I have a lot of living left to do, and she meant it. For a little while, she really meant it. The house was quiet, the way houses are quiet when everyone inside believes tomorrow will come. And it was February 3rd. And Karen Carpenter was 32 years old. And somewhere in that house, in a heart that had been breaking for 8 years, a clock was running that no one could hear. On the morning of February 4th, 1983, Karen Carpenter woke up. She padded downstairs to the kitchen, barefoot, unhurried. She turned on the coffee pot. Then she went back upstairs. At 8:45, her mother Agnes heard the wardrobe doors slide open in the room above. Karen's up, she said to Harold. A normal thing to say, the most ordinary sentence in the world. And then Agnes went down to the kitchen to pour the coffee that Karen had started. When the coffee was ready, Agnes called upstairs. Karen didn't answer. She called again. Nothing. So Agnes climbed the stairs. She found Karen on the floor of the wardrobe, unclothed, motionless. Agnes pulled her close and screamed for Harold to call for help. Karen Carpenter was admitted to Downey Community Hospital at 9:23 in the morning, in full cardiac arrest. Her heart was beating once every 10 seconds. At 9:51 a.m., she was gone. She was 32 years old. The world Karen left behind didn't know what anorexia nervosa was. Not really. The word existed in medical journals, but it wasn't in the conversation. Karen Carpenter's death changed that. Not overnight, but permanently. On February 4th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Karen was scheduled to sign her divorce papers. The appointment she would never keep. She was finalizing things. She was, in every way that mattered, trying to begin again. 3 days before she died, Karen had dinner with her brother Richard at Scandia on Sunset Boulevard. They talked about touring, about a new album, about the future, the way you do when you believe there will be one. Richard didn't know it was the last time. No one did. That's the cruelest part of every last time. You don't get to mark it. Karen Carpenter said she had a lot of living left to do. And maybe, in some version of the story, she did. But on February 4th, 1983, in a quiet house in Downey, California, the coffee pot stayed warm. And the wardrobe door stayed open. And the world kept turning, the way it always does, without one of the most beautiful voices it ever held. She turned on the coffee pot, and the coffee never got cold.